Hello friends, SentinalhMC here, and welcome back to our Revolution 3 Let's Play here on the server. Today I'm going to be embarking on a build that I wanted to show you, that I wanted to do on camera, kind of like we did this, but this was during a stream. This time I wanted to record it and put it up in an episode, and so we'll see how it goes. First things first, I want to show you how I got this to work here. So, oh goodness, it's screwed itself up again. It's supposed to look like this. Anyway, it doesn't matter, it just looks cleaner. I tried attaching the pipe straight to the coke oven, but that never worked. In the end, what did work was placing a fluid pump next to it, even though it's not powered. So the fluid pump is sucking the liquid out, and then it's just going straight through the pipe. It doesn't even need power to do that, which is pretty nice. So I just stuck it there on the side, and it works just fine. There is creosote oil. If I grab my bucket, there is creosote oil in here, 10,000 millibuckets at the moment. You can see it just barely has a line right there. Okay, so right here I want to put a tower, and I do want the tower to be at least as tall as this mountain peak, and then I'd like it to be line up like right with the center of the dam, and then it'll be basically as wide as the dam as well, or a bit wider. So the question then is, how do we go about doing that? I think the way that I want to go about doing it is I want to mark off, if you look at the tower on the right, it has two distinct sections. The lower tower section, then it's divided using those, what would you call that? What I'm going to use upside down stairs for around the side. Then it has another section where it has a room at the top with windows and then a roof. So I think what I want is I want the top of this to be the dividing line between the lower tower section and then the upper room. So I think that's what I'm going to go for. But this tower is hexagonal or octagonal. I can't tell. I can only see 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure it's an octagon. No, I don't. I think it might be a hexagon. Yeah, I think it's a hexagon. I don't know. You can probably tell from the angles. 2, 3. I think it's a hexagon. So we've got 4, and we can't actually make a hexagon. It would be really tough. I've tried it in the past, and it's annoying to do a hexagon in Minecraft. So what we'll end up doing is an octagon. We'll add one more block to each of these, which you won't be able to see from the outside because we're going to clad it in that brick. Hexagons are annoying in Minecraft because of the angle. With these octagons, you can just have a straight line across between the sides. Much easier to do. With hexagons, you gotta make them bigger to make them look better. I think that my steampunk hydro plant is a hexagon, and it was tough. The shape of that took a little finagling. So that's going to be the shape and size of our tower, and I think it's going to look nice. I think that's a good size. Now, obviously, I'm a lot higher up on this than I am anywhere else, but that's not going to be there in the final product. So now that we know the overall shape of this thing, we can go ahead and start laying it out, really. So I'm going to just drag this down. We'll drag down this side, right? And it's going to have to come all the way down. You know, we are getting rid of the earth here, and in just a bit here we'll cut, and I'll get rid of all of this so that we can keep building. We'll just kind of replace that for now. It's going to get replaced by the concrete later. So that's come down. So now we want to make the floors all the same height. So we're going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's going to be the height of the first floor, where we would then have a floorboard here Do I have any wood? I mean, I'm in creative, so I can always grab me some wood. I like to use spruce wood. But no, we're not. We're going to actually use treated wood from Immersive Engineering for the wooden decoratives. Treated wood planks right here. And this is just representing where the floors are on the inside. 2, 3, 4. Because then the door will be too high. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alright, just about done here. And I gotta tell you, these Tech Guns explosive charges really make leveling stuff a lot easier. Very nice. Okay, so I went a little overboard with the explosive charges right here and kind of took out more than I wanted to take out. So we'll just go ahead and fill that in. So now that that's been excavated, we can go ahead and get rid of this because it doesn't quite line up properly anymore. And then, of course, we'll drag this down. Our pillar on this side. And I think we're going to put a door on this side as well. Just so that we have a door on both of the sides, just to make it so that it's easy to get in from either side. And of course now we can actually just mark out the floors on the inside, because this is because the mountain's gone. I kind of like the idea, and I've done this before in Minecraft, replacing natural terrain features like with similarly sized and shaped buildings that sort of fill out the space. So in this case, we've gone ahead and, well, I don't think there's going to be a window there. And we've removed a mountain, well, the top of a mountain. We've essentially removed a peak, but we're replacing it with a similarly sized building. This tower is actually very similar in size to the total size of the thing. It's smaller, obviously, especially around the base. But it does sort of... I don't know. I want to enable... No, enable it. Ugh, goodness. I'm probably going to time out of the server just because I'm messing with the date and time so much. I only timed out once while I was getting rid of the mountain. So that was nice. So yeah, let's just pull across these treated wood planks just to sort of line out our interior so that we can get an idea of the cross section. I'll probably run slabs in like a crisscrossy pattern underneath each of these floors along the ceiling, just to give it a bit more appearance of structural support. It won't really take out much head height. You won't feel it anyway. So yeah, I think this is coming together. We'll just go ahead and drag one more side down just so that we can get a nice idea of what it's going to end up looking like. And now I suppose I will cut again and be back when I have just filled this out with sandstone. I'll bring all the sandstone out down, and then we'll get to work on the aesthetics. We'll figure out how we want to clad it, and I'll lay out probably the upside down stairs that are going to make up the it's not really a crenellation, I don't know what you call that, the molding along top, and we'll see how we get on. So I'll be back after that. Alright, so I've gone ahead and I've placed all of my sandstone, but I've also decided that the tower was too wide, so I did reduce it. So what I did was I shaved off a layer on all sides, so it's no longer 15 blocks wide. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 13 blocks wide. Okay, so this is the new size of the tower, 13 blocks wide. There's only 3 blocks on each of these sides, and I think that looks better. It was a bit too wide, both compared to its height for me, and also compared to the size of the windows. I felt that it was just too small. I mean, too big. So I made it smaller. Now I'm trying to decide whether or not I actually do want to add more windows. I think I don't want to add more windows there. I don't think I want to do that. So now we've got our sandstone in place, and the places where our windows goes, and we know where our floors are going to be. The next decision is, well, the next point is to both chop it off at the proper height for our brick layer, and to start doing the brick. Oh, come on, make it daytime. No. Okay. So the way that I want the brick to go is I definitely want it to be, I think it's got to be at least 2 blocks above the window. I like that. And then it would go across, and it would also come down a little bit to make that very slight sort of angled, the very slight angle that you can see there. And we're going to use, of course, slabs for that. But I do think that that works. And then we'll, of course, have to cover these sides. And so I think this is sort of what we're going to go for. And of course, we'll lessen that, the severeness of that in a bit. But I don't think I like the shape of it just going like that. So we're going to try and make the shape of these brick corner sides just a bit more appealing. So let's go ahead and work on this a little bit. So what I'm thinking is something like that, and that'll, I think that approximates what we're looking for. Now if I go ahead and grab a crafting bench, crafting table, so I can cut this brick block. Let me just place one there. Brick block, bedrock, handsaw. Come on. Handsaw, slab. And then from a slab to a panel. Now, I think the reason that I want a panel is because for this forward face, the slab I think is going to be too thick. So we could have a slab that looks like that. Actually, that kind of looks okay. The other thought, of course, is to use the panels on these front faces so that it won't be quite as thick. Actually, let's leave the slab on this side, and we'll do the panel on this side. The question now is which one looks better. Let me go ahead and block pick this. That's why I placed one down. And then this might not be a full block. We might do some slab stuff there. But for now, we'll just place these the way that I think I want them. Whether that's how I actually want them in the end or not, this is the process. Do I want a panel here or do I want a slab? I honestly like the slab better. So you just gotta experiment and see what you like. Slab's also going to work a bit better for later. Right. So now the question becomes, is this the shape that I want for the final thing? Now, even on the sides that don't have windows, we're still going to end up with three. We still want to end up with 3 sandstone blocks showing, so all the way up. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to lay this in all around. And then I'm going to look at what it looks like from above, basically, so I can get a sense of the shape and decide if it's a shape that I like. Now I got to get rid of this, actually, because it's going to block my view. So we're just going to I'll lay in some brick right there just to remind me that's the level that we're at. And if we go up enough, well, we can't actually go up enough. I think I'm going to like it. Let's just go ahead and actually lay it in up here so we can get an idea of the overall shape. Now, up here at the top, we can't do the slab thing anymore on this side. I mean, we can right up until the end. So actually, yes, we can. The slabs will merge in at the underside of the whatever you call those things, the molding at the top that I'm going to use the upside down stairs for. We can just lay this in and then decide what we want to do there. So we'll go like that. And now, is this a shape that we like? I'm not disliking it. I kind of like how it ends up forming a little square in there. Although, because I want there to be points, because if you look at the actual tower, it comes to points because it's actually a hexagon. So I think we can actually go for that. Now, another option is to smooth this out with the addition of additional slabs. A couple more slabs would make the brick layer thicker, but it would make the overall shape of the tower less severe. And I actually think I like that better now that I look at it. So by placing a slab here and a slab here, we make the tower appear more rounded. I actually like that quite a bit. This is one of the benefits of using slabs. You can make things look transitions less severe. I actually really like the shape of that. I think that's going to look really nice. So we're going to go with that. So if you're still following along, it looks like this. So you can sort of copy that with the slabs here and then the full blocks. Now I'm going to go ahead and extend that all the way down. So I'll see you then. Alright, so I've got the brick placed around the tower, and I think it's looking pretty cool so far. Definitely was the right call to not include like the mortar. I think it would have looked not very good. Now, one issue that I'm having with this at the moment is that there's so much brick. Like, it looks really thick. I'm actually considering getting rid of these slabs and just having the bit in the middle, because it really looks really thick. However, it's good for the windows because it makes the windows look like they're supposed to look. But we'll figure that out and we'll see what ends up looking the best. It definitely looks like a lot of brick compared to the tower that we're trying to build, which it's definitely got a lot of brick, but not that much brick between each of the sides. So one of the options would, of course, be to just get rid of this brick right here, and just have it look like that, which may end up being what we go for. I wanted it to be sunk in, and to get that sunk in look, we could go one step further though. To get that sunk in look, we could just take one of these slabs, and come on, and we're gonna end up cutting it into block pillars anyway. While I'm here, I may as well cut a panel into a post, because I'm gonna need some posts. I think I'm gonna need some posts. We'll see. So for the pillar, one place where I needed a pillars, whereas I needed it up here, I needed to reduce the well, no, we're not going to use pillars for that. We're going to use a notch. So we'll grab our notch and we'll put one in each of the corners, and that will give us that gives us the shape that we want for that. Now for above each of these windows, we would then take 2 notches and a pillar and go like that. Now that I've done that, the layer above this is not thick enough. So I started trying to lay in where I thought I wanted things like that. Now we have changed our mind. And yeah, that's looking better. I still think I want it one more though. So we're going to end up moving these things up. Yeah, that looks better. That looks more like what it looks like. So yeah, each one of the windows gets a pillar and 2 notches, just to give them that look, which we can't get any other way because of the way that these blocks work. Looks nice though. And see, I'm just torn because if we keep it looking like this, it looks more like the actual picture on the 4 faces. However, on the corners, there's just the brick is so thick compared to the picture, which it isn't. If we get rid of this, then we end up with that, which still looks nice. It's just not quite where it was. I could take a pillar and I could run pillars up here, and that would close it in a little bit, but not as much. Don't really know how I feel about that either. Still looks like a lot of brick. The other option I was saving, that's why I wasn't breaking, is to place this here, and that will give the appearance that I'm looking for. And that may end up being what we go for. Or yeah, that may end up being what we go for. But for now, let's just focus in on the upper part. So the upper part here is, of course, very important. Let me get rid of these, and we'll go ahead and throw these slabs back in. The upper part of the tower where the brick is solid goes up about, I want to say, 3 layers. And we've ended up all the way up here. So our tower is quite a bit taller than what we were originally going for. It's going to be quite a bit taller. But you know, I think in the grand scheme of things, it's going to look good being taller. Because it's wider, I would want it to be taller. Our tower is far wider still than it is in real life in that picture. You can see quite a bit more space inside. It's just wider because it's Minecraft. You have to make everything wider. Everything ends up being a lot larger than it is in reality if you wanted to keep the same level of detail. So that's what we've ended up with. Now we have to figure out how we're going to do the stairs along the top. So I'm just going to extend the sandstone up 1 block for now, and if you can see on the picture, there is some extra decorative stuff that goes down a bit, and I'll be able to lay that into the brick by using different slabs and pillars and stuff, and I'll just show you that when it's finished, because that's going to take forever. But this is going to be the layer at which, and we're not going to be able to get all the detail in, I don't think. I mean, we probably could. It's going to be a challenge if we wanted to get all the detail in. But, you know, the important point is that we have to go from this just being a half thing to being a full thing. And we have to bring all of these out. So I'm just going to lay in blocks here. Darn, nighttime. Make it daytime. Lay in some blocks. And then we'll see what we got. Okay, so on the front, we're now on the full block. But on these sides, we still have additional blocks to go. Alright, so it looks like the server is kind of unstable right now. It keeps timing out on me, and so we're going to go ahead and just call it here. Think we're going to make a part 2. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed our little sort of semi-tutorial thing. Let me know. I wanted to get something up, and I wanted to do a build. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did, or any suggestions for this format. I kind of like the idea of you guys being able to see what I want it to look like the final thing, the picture on the right. But let me know if you don't like that. I don't have a second screen, so I can't like look at it while building unless I have that. So I hope you do like it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and comment the video if you did enjoy it. Join our Discord if you're interested, especially if you want to chat about building or things like that, or get in on the Rev 3. I'm SentinalH, and I'm signing out.